Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today I'm doing an unboxing, a teaser, a preview video for the game Tekhenu, or Tekhenu, Obelisk of the Sun. This is the third in the T-series of games. The fourth is right here, it's Tekhenu, which we'll be checking out in another video. Let's leave it just teasing in place there. So yes, I mentioned this is the third in the series. This is by Board and Dice. The first was, of course, Tzolk'in, fantastic game by CGE. The second was Teotihuacan. And here we go, this is the third one. And just to show you, it was weighing 2,500 grams. Yes, this actually arrived at my parents' address whilst I was away, actually in the kind of place so close to where this has been. I've been to places like Tikal, you can even check that out on the video. And in this particular game, it is designed by, well, the last one, that Tekhenu, is designed by David Hershey. There are other videos by David Hershey in the channel. This is a dice placement game with this Obelisk of the Sun. It is by Daniel Tashini, and he has done other fantastic games such as, I think it might be Barrage, as well as Grand Austria Hotel. And by all means, of course, there's other videos on the channel. We've got some cards in here, because this is the English language version. A quick look through this too as well. So there is a solo mode, and there are other videos, like I said, by David on the channel, and my solo videos for, say, Sierra West, and other videos by Board and Dice, which you can find on the channel, such as the games in the Escape Tales series of games. Now, this is a very heavyweight game. This is one of the, well, it's probably this and both of them, in fact, are the heaviest I've actually ever owned, with a rating around 4.09 complexity. Here's some card information to go through it here. And yeah, this is a game that arrived in, apologies for the horrible noise, that is something to be aware of. I am mic'd up, but I'm sure that probably hurt a little bit. Really do apologise, anything like this. 32-page rulebook. In fact, I have seen another video and they said it's not fantastic, so I'll have to keep an eye out on how that looks. Some stuff to pop already in kind of packaging, which is a bit unusual. I've never seen it like that before. Extra packaging inside packaging. Punch boards coming out. Have a quick look through this. I am on the Discord channel for Board and Dice, so if you do want to maybe chat to me there, that is of course an option. Big board here. So it's a dice placement game. There are games such as Raja the Ganges by Ingrid Marcus Brandt, one of my favourite sets of designers. And yeah, this is another dice placement game, like Grand Austria Hotel. And yeah, it looks rather interesting. Like I said, really did highly rate those other two games. I gave a 9 out of 10 to Tzolk'in, give an 8 out of 10 to Teotihuacan. This one I'm hearing is very highly rated. I will probably prefer playing it at a lower player count, but I will be playing it as a 3, potentially again, as soon as today. Today is the day of recording. And if you do like this video, please of course hit that like button. These are interesting punch. I feel like they're going to tear and rip, but they're not. Double check that I don't have anything spare from the punch board. And again, if you're enjoying this, please let me know. It's lighter weight than Tekhenu. Again, lots of interesting pronunciations with their games recently. There is a fifth game in this series as well, which I haven't yet really looked into or even how to pronounce. Took a long time to learn this one. I had watched a Man versus Meeple kind of quick run through, a brief bit by Gaming Rules as well, Paul Grogan, who I've met in person a few times. And again, this is going to be for those people who are not potentially interested in a family weight game. I do have a channel, a playlist for family weight games, but you'll find a playlist for this, potentially in Board and Dice. If I've got 10 videos, I'll chuck it in there too, which I think may well be occurring. You'll also be able to discover this in a few other things. There will be a dice distancing video, in fact, if you want to see how far dice roll, and maybe if you are after perhaps a dice tray or something like that, then you can see how far it goes. There are 45 other video at times of recording already in there, so hopefully that's quite an interesting kind of comparison. They're quite chunky dice, so just be grabbing one and seeing how far it goes. And again, if you're interested in solo playthroughs, there is a solo playthrough playlist as well as a playlist playthrough. There is a lot to discover. As you can see, there's a lot to punch out, a lot of tech trees. It's a 16-round game divided into 2. There are 2 scoring phases, I believe, after the 8th round and the 16th. That's each of those 8 rounds, or from those 2 halves of that game, they're split further into 4 rounds, which I think resolves around the rotation of the sun. It might be every second round, and there's something else that happens every 2 rounds. So there's a fair amount of different things going on, different things to be updating in terms of perhaps progress and things to see where you're getting on. I'm going to try and keep some of these punch board things separate, just so I'm keeping an eye on stuff. I have a feeling I don't keep these middle bits, but I do know in games like Captains of the Gulf I was caught out and you need to glue onto your boards and stuff like that, so who knows. There's lots of other stuff coming to the channel. This has been another video that is going to be scheduled. So I've been doing daily videos since May last year. This may, of course, come out probably in the month of March, which is the month it's recorded in. And yeah, again, if you want to check out more stuff, you can, of course, follow on Instagram. You'll find a link in the description. Get my thumb stuck through here too. You can also support the channel via Patreon. I've got opportunities, maybe improve my mic, maybe obviously dull those horrible sound effects, improve my editing software, that kind of stuff. And aside from that, you can also follow through the link through to Facebook, to groups there. There's over 100 people on there currently. Looking forward to increase that. Also, Twitter's a new one, so head over to Linktree and look forward to supporting over there too. There are also giveaways occasionally, so if you want to maybe consider doing stuff, then of course, whenever there's a giveaway, if you head through to Linktree, there may well be a section there for you to do, and I'll make sure that's well marked up. Please let me know in the comments, have you played it? Are you curious to see obviously my how to set up play and review? I'll be curious to see actually the duration to set it up. I don't think it looks too bad in terms of setup. It is a big board. This is already zoomed out to twice of what it is. And as you can see, it is Tekhenu or Tekhenu. I've always been calling it Tekhenu for a long time. And yeah, seeing how the replayability and stuff like that, the strategy of that goes. Speaking of Tzolk'in, on my very first game, I was playing, I think, a 5-player game, and I happened to come second. I lost by a single point. Again, I think I had 55 points, 56, and a few others a bit behind me. I could have won the game if someone who didn't come first allowed me to do something different. So I would have won that game on that first attempt, and I was very flattered when people said, oh no, you did a great first job. I went for some skulls that looked very pretty, and the guy who did win, they had played it before. So there's that. But yeah, which of these two games should I do a poll so people can make a decision? There is a Discord channel as well. I think I need to add that to the Linktree. That's a good point. And yeah, I look forward to, again, bringing you more pictures through to Instagram and further stuff. Any other questions? Of course, please let me know. Obviously, what do you have favourite of the T-Series games? Are there any games, perhaps by board and dice, that you prefer? Obviously, I'm getting to play more and more of them. There are a few more on the channel, such as 5 Minute Chase. That was one that I had a chance to play as well as I mentioned, Sierra West. Have to see what that solo mode is like and see how effective that is. Other games by David, which you can find on the channel. He has made Tricerion and Anachrony and games like that. And there's a new game, I think, Prycon 3, something like that, Defense of. But there's a game which I have played, and I have played solo as well, and that's called Roam and Roll, another heavyweight game of his. He's Hungarian. He used to live in London. I can't recall where he lives presently. I think he may be back in Hungary, but that might not be the case. If you do want to comment, please comment in YouTube. If you wish to, of course, if you're watching this saying Board Game Geek, any comments, it's a larger audience on YouTube, more people can discover it that way. But please do green thumb it. By all means, do message me over there as well. You can contact me through the About section on YouTube, amongst other places, depending where you're seeing it. This is where we're going to chuck that loud pyramid. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, I'll leave you in peace in terms of bagging this up. Luckily, there is all the punching. That didn't take too long, but a fella stuff going on. And oh, this is where we're going to stick it all. Okay, so it's a one-sided board, which is, as you can see, pretty big. It's a piece of 6, and let's just quickly bring it in show to knocking everything. And again, there we go. Looks rather wonderful. Very, of course, similar to the looks of this. Looks very Tzolk'in-like, but aside from that, looks very. Of course, this is a whole table of stuff taken up right now. But we are looking at a board which has a similar kind of art style to Teotihuacan. Of course, I'll be leaving my shelf of shame for Teotihuacan until this is played. I have been to the likes of Egypt and places like this a few times. And yeah, this has been a video for Tekhenu. Look forward to speaking to you about it very soon with that review. Speak to you then.